기조연사는요, 일본 도쿄의 AI 전환에 앞장서고 있는 일본 고브테크 도쿄의 CTO를 맡고 계시는 분입니다. 아이하라 마사히로님을 여러분 큰 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다.
안녕하세요. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak at this important forum. It's a great honor to join so many readers, policymakers, researchers, and practitioners who are working to shape the future of AI in the public sector. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to share Tokyo's experience with you today. My name is Masahiro Aihara, and I serve as the Chief Technology Officer at GovTech Tokyo. Before joining the public sector, I spent nearly 30 years as a software engineer and engineering leader in the private sector. Throughout my career, I have built the software products and led engineering organizations and experienced many changes in technology. Today, my responsibilities are very different. I work with the Tokyo Metropolitan Government to help transform public administration through technology. Our approach is built on one simple belief. Governments should not only adopt digital technology, they should also develop the capability to build, operate, and continuously improve it. That perspective has strongly influenced how we think about AI, and that is what I'd like to share with you today. First, let me briefly introduce Tokyo. Many people think of Tokyo simply as one of the world's largest cities. And of course, it is. More than 14 million people live in Tokyo. Its economy is comparable to that one of a nation, but that is only part of the story. Tokyo is also remarkably diverse. It includes some of Japan's largest urban centers. At the same time, it includes remote islands in the Pacific Ocean and municipalities with fewer than 200 residents. As you can see on this map, our responsibility extends from some of the busiest neighborhoods in the world to communities located more than 1,000 kilometers from the mainland. That diversity has shaped the way we think about digital government. When we introduce new technology, it cannot work only for large cities. It must work for small municipalities. It must work for remote communities. And it must remain practical for governments with very different levels of technical capacity. In that sense, Tokyo is a microcosm of Japan. If we can develop solutions that work across Tokyo's diverse communities, there is a strong possibility they can work across Japan as well. And I believe many of these challenges are shared by governments around the world. Before talking about AI, I'd like to briefly explain how we work. GovTech Tokyo was established in 2023 as a collaboration platform between the Tokyo Metropolitan Government and 62 municipalities across Tokyo. We have a very clear mission. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government develops policies. GovTech Tokyo provides engineering capabilities. And together, we work with local governments to transform public services. This organizational structure is important. Digital transformation is not only about technology, it's about bringing policymakers and engineers together. From the beginning, we wanted engineering to become part of government's long-term capability rather than something simply outsourced. Our vision is simple: changing government with technology, changing the future from Tokyo. The first part is about improving government itself. The second part is about sharing what we learn. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. With that position comes responsibility. If we discover better ways to build digital government, those lessons should not remain in Tokyo. They should benefit other municipalities across Japan. And if they prove useful, they should also be shared with cities around the world. We believe that governments become stronger when they learn from one another rather than solving the same problems independently. This April, we hosted GovTech Conference Global in Tokyo. The purpose of the conference was simple: to create a place where governments could learn directly from one another, not through theories, but through real experience. What worked, what did not, and what we are still learning. Because in government, our greatest challenge is often not the technology itself. It is how to introduce technology responsibly into real public services. I was especially delighted that our colleagues from Seoul joined us and shared their valuable experiences. Thank you once again for your contribution to our conference. Today, I'm equally honored to have the opportunity to continue that dialogue here in Seoul. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to the Seoul AI Foundation for inviting us to this forum and bringing together so many people who share the same commitment to public services, public innovation. Although our governments may have different structures and priorities, but many of the questions we are trying to answer are remarkably similar. How do we introduce AI responsibly? How do we build public trust? How do we develop people and organizations that can sustain AI over time? No government has all the answers. This is why gatherings like this matter. We learn from one another, and together we deliver better public services. That brings me to today's topic. When we speak of the AI governance, we often think first about rules, risks, and compliance. These are essential. But in Tokyo, we believe governance must also mean something more. The ability of government to understand, operate, improve, and take responsibility for AI systems. In other words, AI governance is not only about controlling risks, it's also about building the capacity to use AI responsibly over time. So, what does it really mean to build government AI capacity? Now, let me come to the central theme of my talk today. What does it really mean to build government AI capacity? Around the world, we see remarkable progress. Governments are publishing AI strategies. They are establishing governance frameworks. They are developing procurement policies and ethical guidelines. All of these are important. In fact, they are essential, but are they enough? I'd like to offer another perspective. In my view, these are not the capacity itself. They are the foundation. Real capacity begins after the strategy has been written, after the governance framework has been approved, after the procurement process has been completed. That is when the real work begins. Can government actually build AI systems? Can it operate them safely? Can it understand how they work? Can it improve them as technology evolves? Can it respond quickly when society's needs change? These, I believe, are the questions that truly define government AI capacity. So for me, AI governance is not only about controlling risk, it is also about enabling governments to continuously build, operate, improve and take responsibility for AI systems. That is a perspective we have adopted in Tokyo. So, how should we think about government AI capacity? In Tokyo, we see it as consisting of three key elements. The first is technical capacity. That is the ability to build, operate, and audit AI systems within government. This is not because governments must build everything themselves, but because they need enough technical capability to make informed decisions, to manage risk responsibly, and continuously improve the systems they rely on. The second is human capacity. AI is ultimately created, maintained, and improved by people. Technology alone does not create capability. Governments need digital professionals working alongside policymakers and public servants. This has knowledge to remain within the organization rather than being lost when contracts ends. The third is sovereignty capacity. For us, this is the ability to understand, modify, and openly share the systems the government operates. It is about maintaining the freedom to improve public technology in the public interest. These three dimensions reinforce one another. Technology depends on people. People need organizations that trust and empower them. And together, they enable governments to exercise real digital sovereignty. This framework has guided many of the decisions we have made in Tokyo. And one example of that approach is a platform we call AIHI. Based on this approach, we built a shared generative AI platform called AIHI. Its purpose is simple: to provide government employees with a secure environment where they can use generative AI in their daily work. AIHI is not just a tool, it is a part of our effort to build AI capability inside government. Today, AIHI is being deployed across the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, supporting around 60,000 public employees. Rather than explain the platform itself, I'd like to leave that to my colleague, Mr. Hashimoto-san. He will show you how we built AIHI and what we have learned from putting it into practice. There's one more point I'd like to emphasize. AIHI is built on open source. For us, open source is not simply a development model. It's a way to share knowledge, reduce duplication, and help governments learn from one another. What built in Tokyo is not meant to stay in Tokyo. We are already working with Hiroshima Prefecture, our first cross-prefecture collaboration, to put this approach into practice beyond Tokyo, and we hope it can continue to be used, improved, and adopted by governments across Japan and around the world. In that way, open source helps governments learn faster and innovate together. Finally, I'd like to leave you with one thought. When we talk about AI, we often focus on technology, but technology alone does not create capability. Institutions create the environment where technology and people can grow together. In my experience, one of the most important decisions is not simply appointing a chief AI officer. That is certainly valuable, but titles alone do not build AI capacity. What truly matters is creating an organization where engineers can be hired, trusted, retained, and empowered to make decisions. Because AI systems are never finished. They must be maintained, improved, adapted, and that requires people. If governments want to build lasting AI capacity, they must invest not only in technology, but also in the institutions that allows engineering to thrive. That has been one of the most important lessons we have learned in Tokyo. As I conclude, I'd like to leave you with one final message. Government AI capacity cannot be purchased. It must be built. It's built through technology, through people, and above all, it is built through institutions that enable continuous learning and improvement. That is a journey we have begun in Tokyo. We certainly do not have all the answers, but we hope our experience can contribute to this global conversation. And we also look forward to learning from all of you, because building government AI capacity is not something any city or country can achieve alone. It is something we build together. Let us continue the journey together. Thank you very much.
네. 여러분, 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.